It's June 29th, 2015. Malans Peak. I'm going to backtrack because I'm determined to do this. I've got all day to myself. We did it. We freaking did it. Malans Peak. Hey guys, Utah Steve here. Hope everybody's doing all right. It's a beautiful summer day, the end of June. It's June 29th, 2015. It's actually Bob Sr.'s birthday, my big St. Bernard. He's 2 years old today, and I was going to bring him along on this hike that we're about to embark on. Get it? He's a dog. Lame. Anyway, but it's going to be over 100 degrees today, and especially St. Bernards, I get overheated really easy, so I just didn't want to risk it. Where we're going, there will eventually be a water source, but in the meantime, it'd just be too much heat for him. I also left the little ones behind, being babysat by their big sister. Murphy had to work, Ashland's in the city, in Salt Lake City doing his thing, and Joanna's at work, so guess what? I'm flying solo today, which is pretty cool, actually. I don't get to do solo hikes much. There are a couple of things that I need to be conscious of during this hike. One is it's going to be 101 degrees today. So it's about 10 a.m. right now. It's not that hot yet. I wanted to get started sooner, but you know, home life gets busy and can't always get out the door when I want to. So in the meantime, I had to get dinner in the crock pot and make sure everybody was set before I left, and now I'm good. Everybody knows where I am, where I'm parking. I am at the top of 27th Street in Ogden. Looking downhill, here's my rearview mirror view. I don't know if you can see that. That's the Ogden area down there. And then this direction is where we're headed, up that canyon, which is Taylor's Canyon. Now, I've never been on this hike before, but we're gonna hike to the peak, Malans Peak, and there's also a valley up in there called Malans Basin. Malan, I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, it used to be a mill up there with a hotel and everything back in the 1800s. I'll also put that up on the screen. But now it's a huge popular place for, well, it's actually not extremely well known, but for backpacking, for camping overnight. So this is an exploration hike as well, not just to go on a hike for the heck of it, but also to check out some possible backpacking sites in the future that are fairly close to home. It only took me 20 minutes to get here. A little longer because some roads were closed and I had to take weird detours through this awesome neighborhood that I'm in, and I'm not being sarcastic, it really is just full of big beautiful homes. Anyway, right at the top of the street, the trailhead heading into the canyon. We're set to go. Over here I have my pack, my orange day pack you've probably seen in my other videos. I've got my trekking poles, some Pop-Tarts, a Rockstar. Basically, this pack is stuffed to the gills, but it only weighs 17 pounds. Pretty good for a day hike. I brought some extra things in case something goes wrong. Always a good idea. Then that weight includes food and water. So I'm looking at investing into a better day pack. This one is stuffed to the gills, and really, I mean, the zippers look like they're gonna bust on it. It was like $15 at Walmart. But it only weighs 15 ounces, the pack itself. So anyway, let's get started. Why waste any more time? I'm parked, I'm ready to go, and let's figure this trail out and head up that canyon and have a good time. Okay, you can also get on this trail at the top of 29th Street in Ogden, and it'll add about 2 city blocks to your hike. The problem with 27th Street is this trail so far isn't clearly marked for Taylor's Canyon. There's one going this way, one going that way, one going up the middle. And I know that's the right canyon, so hopefully the trail leads us that way. Yeah, we're coming up to some signage already. Take that back. We're coming up to what used to be a sign. I'll tell you, it is a toasty day out here today. I'd say it's already pushing 80. Got plenty of water with me. I got my life straw in case I need to hydrate in a river or something like that. First part of this should be dry like this. The second part should be nice and wooded and beautiful. Don't know how many other people are stupid enough to be out here on a hot day like this, but we'll see if we see anyone else. My goal is to take my time, stop as frequently as possible, keep hydrated, and just enjoy the journey more than the destination. We're already well above the city, way down there. This is the neat thing about what I like about Ogden is you have cactus and deserty stuff all around here. Oak, sagebrush. But as we move that way, you can see on that mountain, pine trees, rivers, lakes, just that close to each other. Okay, first signage. We've got the Bonneville Shoreline Trail that way. Ooh, camera's having a hard time with that. Also that way, Bonneville Shoreline Trail. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I've hiked different lengths of that. Still plan to, but probably more in the fall because it's very exposed. As you can see, hasn't been too bad. This is where I came from. At least I have shade, and it's nice in the shade. And that's who made the sign. I can hear voices, so just really quick. Taylor Canyon's where we want to go, so we're heading that way. I've done Waterfall Canyon, that's in another video. And pretty treacherous hike compared to what they said online, so I'm hoping this isn't the same. I'm gonna switch out my hat for the buff because I'm sweating too much, and the buff will breathe better and still protect my head. Look at that. Look at that. Incredible view. This camera doesn't know justice. Over there you got Weber State. That's Ogden High School. I live more over by Weber State in South Ogden, separate city from Ogden. Great Salt Lake is what's way out there in the flat area. Dragonflies aplenty. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. If you need to renew your spirit and get away from the BS of everyday life, nothing works better than getting out in the outdoors. Even if it's close to home like this, it's just beautiful. That canyon back there that I was convinced was Taylor's Canyon was actually the one leading up. That's Waterfall Canyon that I've been up before. I've just not been on this leg of the trail, so I wasn't familiar. Taylor's Canyon is over this way. Look at that. You see those dragonflies in the viewfinder? They're just everywhere. They're going nuts. When I was a kid, My sisters had me convinced that if you kept your mouth open in the presence of a dragonfly, they'd sew your mouth shut and you'd never be able to talk again. I believed them, of course, because I was 5. God, you can't even tell, but man, that's amazing. We're gonna be hiking right through this rocky area. It's so beautiful out here. I can't tell you what this is doing for me, especially by myself. Oh, look, look, look. Right up on that rock. See him sitting there? That's a big fat squirrel. There he goes. Look at this cliff, this, oh, there he goes. Just jumped over that rock. Poison ivy boulder. I don't know. Looks like people climb it quite a bit. It doesn't say you can't. I guess that's the name of the boulder. I don't see any poison ivy, I just see a lot of oak. Well, I bet small animals use this all the time. That's amazing. Look at that boulder. It's just like precariously being held up by that small chunk of rock. Man, if that ever broke loose, it'd go right down into that neighborhood that you can't see, but geez, it's just incredible. Okay, so that's called Arrowhead Boulder. I don't think I filmed that. I don't think I was recording a second ago, so you don't care though. Arrowhead boulder, and it does look like an arrowhead stuck in the mountainside there. And there's a lot of scurrying in these bushes from probably those ground squirrels. We are on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail itself right now, which will lead us to Taylor's Canyon and on up to Malans Peak. My guess is that that boulder has a name as well. And look, there's stairs. Bouldering area. This, my friends, is a bouldering area. You did not know that bouldering was a word, but I, Utah Steve, am here to tell you. Bouldering is a word. It's not made up because it's on a sign. That's funny, bouldering. All these years on the planet, had no idea that bouldering was a sport. Forgive me for you boulderers out there who know of bouldering, who boulder all the time. For I, humble Utah Steve, did not know that you could boulder as a verb. So here's where we're coming from. That's the canyon I thought was Taylor's Canyon. It's Waterfall Canyon apparently. You can kind of see the Bonneville Shoreline Trail continuing on up that way. I think. And maybe I should just shut my mouth for a while and finish this hike. Get on with it, Steve. Get on with the bouldering. Boulder on, my son. Boulder on. I'm gonna have to go ahead and call this Butt Cheek Rock. Doesn't have a name, but you know, look what it looks like. So there you go. Ogden's own Butt Cheek Rock. Not too excited about this wildlife. Very slowly pass by here. What I heard was the rattle of a rattlesnake. You know, people fear them and loathe them, as do I, but at least they tell you ahead of time, don't come near me, butt wipe, I'm gonna strike you and poison you and kill you. Pass by me, pay attention to where you're stepping, and I'll let you live. They really do have the upper hand. Okay, what do we have? Bonneville Shoreline Trail and 22nd Street Trailhead. I know I don't want to go to 22nd Street that way. And I know the Bonneville Shoreline Trail will lead me to the canyon I seek. See how that goes down to 22nd Street? So, we're going to stay on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail. Just came up this way. This would be an awesome place to sit and rest. But I don't really need to rest yet. The wind has kept things cool, the shade, my hydration. I'm doing good. So we'll keep plugging away at this. Wish I'd see a sign for Taylor's Canyon. I'd be pretty happy right about now. On the internet it said it was clearly marked. So far all I'm seeing is Bonneville Shoreline Trail markings. But if Taylor's Canyon is correct, it should be around that corner over there, around over that ridge. So I'm just gonna shut up and wait until I get over that ridge to film some more, unless I see something interesting. That might be, that's Ogden Canyon, isn't it? Am I getting lost? Let me get my bearings here. That looks a lot like Ogden Canyon. That doesn't look like what I want. I may have been thrown off by that sign. We'll find out shortly. So I'm a little annoyed right now. The only reason I'm not going to edit this out is so that somebody doesn't make a similar mistake. That is Ogden Canyon. That means Taylor's Canyon is back that way where I've come from, which means I've just done a brilliant hike and beautiful hike along the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, but I'm quite a ways away from Taylor's Canyon. There was one sign pointing me this direction, no other signs, not clearly marked like the internet said. Go figure, I got on the internet and found something that wasn't true. So I'm going to backtrack because I'm determined to do this. I've got all day to myself, so I don't want to just camp out here and have lunch and hike back home. I've done that on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail. So the reason I know this is Ogden Canyon is because over there, those water towers way across the way, a blue, let's see, where am I aiming my camera? Anyway, there's a water tower in there. I recognize the terrain, and down that way is a restaurant I'm familiar with. So you're looking at, this is the part of the trail that goes down to the Birdsong Trail at the mouth of Ogden Canyon, and I do have a Birdsong Trail video. That's about a mile. That's a kid-friendly hike, really fun one. You should check that video out if you're interested in that. But we're gonna backtrack, figure out this Taylor's Canyon thing, and whoever said that it was clearly marked Taylor's Fork or Taylor's Canyon or Malans Peak is full of doo-doo. That's what I would say if the camera wasn't on too. Let's go back. Thanks, guys, for helping out a fellow outdoors enthusiast. part of being outside is getting lost. Thankfully, I'm not really lost. I mean, there's Ogden. It's not that hard to find my way back. Plus, I just go back the way I came. So I'm back here in this shady little cove we went by earlier, as you can see. It's really nice here. I've taken a break to have a snack, having some hot fudge sundae Pop-Tarts, cold fudge sundae Pop-Tarts. High calorie, good for energy. When you're hiking, the last thing you need to do is skimp on calories. So a lot of people think, oh no, I'll get fat, but you won't, because you're burning so many calories. And speaking of that, I wear a Fitbit bracelet on my arm, and almost all the time. And here's what it says we've done so far. Okay, so we have made 5,600 steps. There we go. We've walked 2.57 miles is all, so not too bad. However, that was almost the full length of the hike to Malans Peak, which kind of annoys me. 1,463 calories burned. Active for 36 minutes. Apparently it thinks I wasn't walking much before. And there's my sleep that you don't need to care about. And I don't know how much water I've had so far. I'll have to measure that when I sit down somewhere else, but that's where we're at. Pretty handy little thing. Anyway, so turn my viewfinder around so I can see what I'm doing. So I got on my phone. Luckily, you know, I'm close to the city. I still have a signal. So Taylor's Canyon was that canyon that I parked in front of, even though there's a sign pointing us this way. I don't understand. I'll try to figure it out and update you guys, but right now I need to hoof it back to where we started and go up that canyon. It's only 11:30, so I've been hiking roughly over an hour, just a little over an hour. So we're making good time, but I don't have, you know, an overnighter here. It's just a day hike, so I'm gonna hoof it back to the sign and go up that canyon. Okay guys, I figured it out. The trail is not poorly marked. I just didn't notice this one important sign. The car is down there, and we came up that trail and continued on. I don't know how I didn't see that, but there it is. North Taylor Canyon Trail, and it goes up that way into the canyon I thought I was supposed to go into. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cool off here for a minute. It took me about a half hour to get back to this point, and the temperature's going up, but luckily the sun is still behind the trees mostly, and as we go into the canyon there will be more shade and water. I've been drinking a lot of water, so I know there's water up there, thank goodness. We'll be rehydrating that way. I also brought some water sterilization tablets. I always bring 2 sources of water purification and 2 sources of starting a fire, because those are pretty important. Sorry, I got a dog hair. Bob followed me here. Anyway, that's where it's at, and that was my mistake. I didn't notice this obvious sign. Look how obvious this is. Da, 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 da. Sticking out of the ground like nothing else. Come right up this trail, right into the sign. Didn't even look at it, just kept going. So that was pretty stupid on my part, but a learning experience. Now when I backpack up here to spend the night, I'll know exactly where I'm going. I still have plenty of food, plenty of water. So if I didn't, I would head right back down to the car, which is only a quarter mile that way to the west. But as I have enough still, I'm good. And the sun is working its way west. That's west. And soon it'll be bearing down on me, so I need to get into the cover of the pine trees in the canyon. So I'm just gonna get going. So here's officially where I messed up. That's the sign that said Taylor's Canyon is that way. And so I went that way, came up this trail, and just kept walking right past that obvious sign. I don't know how I did that. I really don't. It's probably in the video too. Awesome. Kind of steep. The shade is nice. Okay, so we're a little ways in up the trail to Taylor's Canyon. Decided to sit against this boulder here and cool off. My heart's pounding from the steep, from the heat. I'm drinking a lot of water. That tells me I'm sweating a lot. I used my buff here to wipe off my head and the sweat. And the cool thing about these two is they're moisture wicking, so that'll dry quickly even though I'm drenching it in my sweat. But I just gotta sit here until my heart rate comes down. I'm calm and relaxed. There's no race to the end, because that's how it happens. That's how people get dehydrated. It's how they get hypothermia in the winter. I need to cool off. I'm wearing a moisture wicking shirt, so that'll pull the moisture off my skin too and let me cool. So I'm just gonna chill here for a little bit and then continue on. Okay, I feel much better. I'm back on the trail. Well, I just stopped to double check my water just to make sure, and I kind of overfilled my water bladder tube here. It holds 2 quarts, but I'm pretty sure I fit almost 3 in there. I really filled it up before I left, and I've still got 2 quarts of water, or 2 quarts, 2 liters. I don't know why I'm saying quarts, but 2 liters of water. So I'm good. I still have plenty of water if I take it slow and just enjoy the ride. And the reason I stopped and checked was because of this. Here's the bridge. There's the river. As you can see, it's bone dry. We are in a drought, so that's no fun. That's not going to help at all. I don't know if there's a water source further up the canyon or not, but I'm okay with the water I have. As long as I take it slow and easy, I'll be all right. And here's a sign: Taylor Canyon North Trail to Upper Taylor Canyon, Kristen Spring, Malans Basin, and Peak. That's what we want up this trail here. This one will take us to the 29th Street Trailhead Waterfall Canyon down that way. Waterfall Canyon sounds awfully refreshing right now. Anyway, we are going to the peak and hopefully the basin, which is only half mile from the peak. And this is only supposed to be a couple miles, but it's switchbacks. Excuse me. Drinking a lot of water. Switchbacks and uphill. So I've stopped again to rest. I'm going to do this a lot because I don't want to overheat. And I just walked by an older guy, probably in his 60s, older than me. He kind of came down super fast. He had 2 hiking poles and a fanny pack. So the only water he could have had was a water bottle. Didn't want to make eye contact with me. I asked him how it was going. He just said, good. And I said, did you go to the peak? He said, no. He just couldn't get away from me fast enough. So hopefully I don't find somebody's body up here. He looked like he was in a pretty big hurry to get away from wherever he's coming from. Anyway, it's beautiful and shady here. It's just too bad there's not a river. Check this out. This is the river. You can imagine how beautiful this is with water in it. It just looks like a wasteland without. Amazing. So quiet. Well, so far, those 3, I'd say high schoolers and a trail runner have run by me. That trail runner didn't have any water with him. I don't know if I should worry. I'm only a little ways from where I sat down last, and look what I found. Oh yeah. We're gonna rehydrate right here. I'm gonna drink so much water, I'll pee my pants. Now, I'm not gonna just drink it, I'm gonna filter it. We'll talk about that in a second. 88-cent water bottle from Walmart. $20 life straw from Amazon. Just pop off the bottom and the top. Drink away. Blow it out a little. Oh man, river water is awesome. It's not more natural than that. This used to be snow. It takes a lot of suction for these, but it's well worth having. You just wear it around your neck and drink right out of the river if you need to. Sorry about the angle of the camera, it's kind of set weird in a tree. What I'm going to do is drink so much that I'm full. And I know I've got plenty of hydration. Then I'm going to refill this and put some water tablets in it to purify it while I'm hiking, in case I need it in an emergency. When you're done with the straw, blow the water out and then leave it open to air dry while it hangs around your neck while you're hiking. It's ready to go for the next time. Let's fill it up one more time. Okay, so here's our refill. I'm going to soak this in the water and put it on my head in a minute. That's going to feel awesome. Here's my water tablets. Portable aqua. Then it says pure water purification germicidal tablets. It says you put 2 tablets in this much water, and then let it sit for 5 minutes with the lid on loose. Then tighten the lid, shake it up really good, and let it sit 30 minutes before you drink it or use it. So while I'm hiking, it'll be purifying. I got the multi-tool out because there's a piece of cotton way down in there I got to dig out. See, it's kind of a brownish color. Iodine tablets, most likely. One. Oops. Got 3. There's 2 tablets. Drop them in there. It says put the lid on loosely. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Then we're gonna shake it up and pack it away. In the meantime, oh. Yeah, sink you mother. I can't wait to put that on my head. I don't want to wring it out too much. Keep a lot of the moisture in. Oh, that's cold. Ah, it's nice, guys. I can't even tell you how nice that is, and it's running down my back too. That's a beautiful thing. I'm grateful for a lot of simple things out here. So we've rehydrated, cooled off. A couple of nice ladies just came by. Apparently the moms of those teenagers I mentioned said that I'll start losing shade up here and that this river eventually splits and goes off away from the trail. So it's good that I rehydrated. It's good that I filled my bottle. She said it's really hot up there at the peak, of course, but the view's amazing, and that's really why I'm here. That and the basin that I want to check out. So, really nice people. Like I said, people are really friendly up this way, and I really appreciate that. They didn't view me as some creepy guy by himself, which I guess I could be viewed that way, but you know, this is amazing for your mental health. And obviously there's no one in a bad mood up here except for that one guy that wouldn't talk to me. That I'm still pretty sure he stashed a body around here somewhere. So I'm gonna get hiking. I need to get up there. Well, just like the lady said, this is where the river splits off from the trail. Comes from up there. I'd like to sit right there. I might on the way back. And then it's dry from here on with intermittent shade. And I have soaked this once again. Didn't even wring it out this time. And it's already almost dry. Okay, so we have reached another signpost, and this time we're going to pay attention. Looks like one might be missing, but I doubt it. I think there's only two directions to go. One, Taylor Canyon Trail to Upper Taylor Canyon. That does not look fun. That's more or less a riverbed. But Malans Basin Trail to Kristen Spring, which sounds thirst quenching, and Malans Basin and Peak is what we want. And that's across this bridge. And that trail looks a lot more comfortable, even if it is going uphill. And there are going to be switchbacks all the way up, I imagine. Yeah, nice and steep, but nice and flat. No worries. I would call this probably, by most people's terms, a moderate hike. By my terms, semi-difficult. Just depends on your ability. We'll cave up in there. Look at that cliff. That's nuts. This would be a good place to stop and rest on the way back, I think. Well, I'm doing one of my sit in the shade and cool way down rest stops. This is steep. It's getting steeper. Of course, I'm climbing to the peak of a mountain. It's to be expected. Here's where I'm coming from. That trail that just sort of drops off right there is pretty steep. These amazing cliffs. The trail winds right around that. That's where I said just a minute ago would be a good place to stop and rest on the way back. Taylor's Canyon. Incredible mountains around me. And that's where I'm headed. And that's steeper than it looks in the camera. So I'm going to cool off and chill here for a minute. Again, I'm by myself. It's going to be 100 degrees some point this afternoon. And I don't want to be up here dehydrated all by myself. So there's always those guys that are like, took you how long to climb that? I did it in like 12 minutes. Go back to watching pro wrestling, which is fake, by the way. This is real. And I'm taking my time, and I'm staying hydrated, and I'm staying cool. It's a hot day. It's going to be worth it when we get to the top. but nothing's worth your life or your health or your safety. You can't do any of this without those things. So feels good to sit down. I could take a nap so easy. I might take a nap up there if I find a shady spot. It's nice to not be in a hurry. Oh, by the way, here's how far we are from the Ogden city below. I'd say Ogden Valley. I always want to call it that, but the actual Ogden Valley is a different place. So here's what we're looking at. Way down there is the valley we started out in. Pretty amazing. Again, the camera doesn't really do it justice, but there you have it. Okay guys, thank God that leveled out. I was stopping about every 50 yards to recharge. Oh, that's me rubbing the tree. Getting freaked out, I guess. Anyway, that's where I came from. This is where I'm going. I'm almost at the peak. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Oh my goodness. You can almost see it. You can see the other side of the Great Salt Lake where the mountains are. It's all West Desert out that way. Let's see if we can spot the car. We came all the way up the canyon and did some switchbacks. Not sure where the car is just now. I know it's down that way. Yeah, I think, oh, there it is. Yeah, let's see if I can. Bear with me here. So the car is right down there. It's kind of shaky. That's my car. Here's how high up we are. Ready? Pretty high up. It's just incredible. And we're not there yet. Almost though. Just up here. Well, I'm getting kind of hungry. So I stopped in this huge, awesome alcove. Just amazing. I took off my shirt. Trust me, you don't want to see that. So nobody wants to see that. So took off my shirt to cool off, which helped a lot. That's my pepper spray. You never can be too careful. I'm gonna have a Cliff Bar and some water and kind of recharge, and then hopefully the peak is soon. I think it's just right up here. Shouldn't be too much further. Well, I don't know how much further there is to go. My plan at the top, after taking in the view, is to find a nice shady spot, make an awesome lunch, hydrate, and take a nap. Set the alarm on my cell phone and call it good. I don't know if you noticed, but the scenery has changed for the better. The oak is disappearing, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas trees. A lot of pine trees, which is a welcome sight for me. Less desert, more forest. Well, I'll level with you guys. I had to stop and kind of catch my breath and get my mental bearings because that just keeps going uphill. And I was getting kind of frustrated because this is supposed to be like a 4.8 mile out and back hike, 2.4 miles each way. and it has been, but there's a 2,100 foot elevation climb. So those 2.4 miles that you're climbing are pretty steep. So I was getting kind of mentally tired of turning a corner and seeing another hill. So I checked my phone. I still have reception up here, and it says that I'm only 0.8 of a mile from the peak and a 22-minute walk, which I don't think it's taking into account the steepness of the trail, but we're close. So am I going to give up now, head back home? I really thought about it. But then I saw how close I was, and I thought, well, that would be stupid. I've got food and water. There's no reason. Right now it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. I still haven't made the peak, but it's because I've stopped a lot to hydrate, to rest, to eat, whatever I need to do. This is just more challenging than I'm used to, and maybe another person could just run up it. Good for you, but it's a challenge for me, and that's why I'm doing it. I need to know I can. I need to know I can do hard things. So grateful that I sent her in a good direction, and grateful that 0.8 of a mile up that way is the top of the mountain, and then a half mile after that is the Malans Basin, where I can rest and eat and take a nap and recharge before heading back. It's been a good day so far, just challenging. Well guys, I'm almost there. I did pass a few more people, a couple coming down, kind of a goofy nerdy couple, but really nice and encouraging. They said, oh, you're almost there, you can do it. And really at this point I need to hear that. I can't wait to get up there and rest. Been a long day of hiking, mostly because I took that wrong detour. It slowed me way down. If that ever happens again, I'm heading home and trying it again the next week or something. Anyway, this really fat guy walked right by me while I was resting down the road here, and the guy had huge man boobs. If you've ever seen Fight Club, they didn't call him man boobs in that, but he had them. Just like Meatloaf had in that movie. He said he's climbed this peak twice. This is his third time. And my guess is he's like Jared and Subway sandwiches. He's probably trying to lose weight, save his life. He was probably a little younger than me. And I've had to stop and rest, and I haven't seen him. So he didn't have to stop and rest. So you can't tell by a person's appearance whether or not they're capable of something. Because I'm having a lot harder time with this than man boobs was. So almost there though. Let me show you. Let me show you what we're looking at. Bring up my cell phone. Okay, the arrow is me. We have to come over this way and switch back and head up this way. And just a little further, there's the top. I'm not good at filming this and holding my phone at the same time, but it says 7 minutes. However, you and I both know that Google Maps probably doesn't take into consideration the terrain I'm on. So it's taken longer than the 22 minutes it originally said when I started using the GPS. But at least it's helped me sort of track my progress and see where the path is leading next, where the next switchback is. Ah, there's bugs. Looks like I need to reapply the bug spray. Anyway, it's beautiful up here. And as soon as I get recharged again, we're gonna push for the top. So I'll see you in a few. Okay guys, I wanted to start filming before I reach the peak so that you could take it in with me. Actually experience it for the first time with me, at the top of Malans Peak. It's just a little ways up the trail here. Look at this view. That is Taylor's Canyon all the way down there. Here's where I'm coming from. and this way to the top. So let me throw the pack back on. We'll experience this together. Okay guys, the final push. This is what I've been working all day for. Right there. Looks like it might be it. These shoes really taking a beating today. I might have to get a new pair. Here we go. Yes, no, is this the peak? No, no it isn't. Almost though. Well, the arrow is me, and the end of the line is right up there. Man Boobs just walked by me and said that I'm almost there. He's done this 3 times. He told me he was trying to lose weight, so good for him. Good for him. I'm just trying to feel accomplished. Almost there. Out in the sun now, it's really hot. Look at that. I don't know if you can appreciate that view. Probably not, this camera. Anyway, we're not there yet, but we almost are. My question is, who on earth took the time to build this trail? It's unreal. I gotta catch my breath. That's all sunshine. That's hot. I have company. Even the lizard's saying, you can do it. That's the kind I used to catch. That's a bluebelly. I mean, I don't know the official name. They usually have a bluebelly on the bottom. Okay, guys. For real this time. We did it. We freaking did it. We made it. The peak. Malans Peak. Whew. Wish it wasn't such a smoky day. But damn, guys, what a view. Oh. Okay, now's a good time to tell you I have an immense fear of heights. And this is a big deal for me to be up here. In fact, the camera's looking down there, but I'm not. Gotta overcome my fears though, you know. That's why I'm another reason to be here. Well guys, I found a shady spot under some pine trees. Just right off the trail. The trail's right there. And the peak is right there. I apologize for not staying up there longer. But now I know why that other guy didn't either. It's because it's just wicked hot. It's 101 degrees. And you can imagine what that's like on top of a mountain in the blaring sun with no cover. So I just had to get out of it. I don't want to dehydrate. It's time to replenish and recharge. So let's talk gear loadout, shall we? Let's unload my pack and discuss what I brought with and why. As long as the giant ants don't eat me. Gotta keep my eye on those guys. They don't look very nice. I might have to relocate to a different spot before we do the gear loadout. Let me look around for a minute. I'll make a decision. Okay guys, we relocated from right up there to just down here. Let's see what's in my pack, shall we? All right, I am just going to, whoa, extreme close up. All right, this is my battery charger. I use it for my camcorder on my cell phone. Be plugging the cell phone or the camcorder into that in a little bit. I've done a review on it already. It's the Rab Power. What is this? 14,000 milliamp, 8,400 milliamp. I'm way off. Say 8,400. So there's that. Here's my cook pot. We'll be making something to eat in that. Extra shirt, long sleeve. This was mostly a be prepared type item. In case I got lost or something, I could have something to put on overnight. This was an accident. It's just hard to do one-handed. Let's just unclip this, shall we? This is a frying pan, and it weighs less than a pound, about 15 ounces. The reason I had it in here was because I was going to fish in the Uintas on that one. I was going to go originally there, and then I changed my mind, but I forgot to take this out. So that's useless. Weight. This is also emergency stuff. I've got 2 tarps and some tie-offs in here in case I got stranded and had to spend the night. Here's my food bag, the thing I've been waiting for. All kinds of good stuff in there. We'll discuss that in a minute. And there's my fuel for my stove. My stove, by the way, I keep that inside here. That's my stove and my cup. You've probably seen this before in my other videos. Little pocket rocket. I just dropped the lid. Anyway, that's what's in there. Up here I've got miscellaneous items. I'm going to make a big mess here because I don't care. There's Bob Jr. He always comes with. If you've seen my videos, you know that. 100% deep. Headlamp. Whoa, it's on. In case I have to stay overnight, it goes over there. First aid kit. Little Altoids box with the bare necessities in it. Some scissors and some medical tape. There's some moleskin in there in case I get a blister. Those are the tablets I use to purify the water. These are medications, Tums, Excedrin, ibuprofen, which I will be taking, and Prilosec, that kind of stuff. Fire starter. This is my Bear Grylls Gerber fire starter. I've used it in other videos. Brought it with again, just in case. Notice how a lot of my stuff is orange. It's not because I necessarily need to be found. Even my tarps are orange. It's because I want to be able to find my stuff when I set it down. If it blends in with the background, it's hard to find. Some hand sanitizer. and a lighter. Again, I told you I always bring 2 sources of fire, 2 sources of water purification. And that's all that's in there. And then finally we have the front pouch where I put my hat. A really lightweight rain jacket. Joanna gave me this for, was it my birthday? And I haven't really had the chance to use that yet. Obviously it's not going to rain today. Rockstar, this is part of dinner. I'm so excited about it. Hydration and energy. This is my little tripod that it's kind of wobbly. Not crazy about it, but I brought it along just in case I needed it. Tin foil, garbage bags, Ziplocs. You never know what you might need those for. Extra change of socks in case my feet got wet. And wipes for hands, face, and butts. Mosquito net goes over your head. I might actually put this on. These bugs are driving me nuts after I spray myself. And a pair of gloves just in case, cheap ones. That's my garbage. And finally, this is steel wool, good for lighting fires, but mostly I brought it to clean that frying pan, but obviously I'm not going to use the frying pan and my spork. That's it. That's my gear loadout. 17 pounds, including food and water. Okay, lunch / dinner, whatever it is cooking. Flame going. See it there. Got a little bit of dirt on the lid of my pot, but it's not on the inside. Let me show you what's in it. We've got ramen noodles with a small summer sausage cut up into it. Good protein, good salt, replenishment from all the fluids I've lost. Cut up the sausage with this Mora knife. It's called the Mora Knife Companion. This is Swedish. Mora knives are spectacular, very sharp. Let's see, it comes with this holster. If I can get it off. Oh, I can't. There it is. A holster it comes with. These are very affordable. This was like 16 bucks. And it's a great knife. It's not a full tang knife. It's a rat tail, but it's still a great knife. Really sharp. Gotta be careful with it. So we're just gonna cook that. And what else do I have in here? Another package of ramen, a Cliff Bar, tuna salad kit. I don't know if I'll eat all that now or not. I might. Oh, there's some trail mix in there. I might just eat this and drink a bunch of water and head back down to that river and rehydrate again. Going back will go a lot faster. This day has just been insane with all that backtracking I had to do, but it's right now it's like after 4 in the afternoon. I thought I'd be home by now. Probably would be if I hadn't spent 2 hours going the wrong direction. So anyway, I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna pick all this up and hydrate and get out of here. By the way, the water I'm using for the ramen is the river water that I treated with iodine. As you can see, it's still got kind of that brown color. It doesn't taste too bad. A lot of people complained about that, but I don't think it's that bad. It just tastes sort of chlorinated. So I think it's all right. It's just not cold enough. I can't wait to drink out of that river. I'm going to really put some water away here. I spilled my Rockstar. It dumped down the mountain, but I drank most of it before that happened. And the other unfortunate thing is this lens of my glasses broke out. It's being held by the frame alone, and I don't have any crazy glue or anything, even duct tape with me, which is stupid. I always bring duct tape, but luckily the frame is holding it in. I think it'll last till I get home. It's time for a new pair of glasses. I hate the way these make me look anyway. And that's about it. Yeah, it's boiling over. Oh yeah. Ramen is really convenient because it's also lightweight, easy to carry. Boy, do I need some nourishment right now. My legs are almost shaky from all that hiking. I had ramen with the sausage in it, and then I had that chicken salad kit, and I'm telling you, I'm full. That was a lot of food for having an empty stomach for so long. I have a Cliff Bar in my pocket for the trip home if I need it, but I don't think I will. What I'm looking forward to is heading to 7-Eleven and getting a giant ice cold Gatorade or something along those lines. Replenishing a lot of this fluid I've lost from this heat. Next time I come up here, and there probably will be a next time, it will be fall or spring, not summer. It's normally not 100 degrees, but today it was, and it has been for several days. But I had to get out, you know. I couldn't let anything stop me today. I had to have my peace of mind, my own time alone. So, one more thing before I start heading back. This backpack, Walmart, 18 bucks, 15 ounces. Has been pretty sturdy, but this is the first real tough hike I've taken it on, and it did not survive. It did not live up to what it should. I'll show you what I mean. This pocket here ripped clean open in the back. I couldn't figure out why stuff kept dumping out when I set it down. You know, all my stuff's in there, so I'm gonna have to really pay attention on the way back so I don't lose anything out of that. This would have been one of those good times to have a good sized piece of duct tape. I have one on my hiking poles. And if you'll remember at the beginning of this video, I had them with me. But then I realized I have to film, so I left them in the car. And I wish I hadn't now, because I really could use that duct tape. Fix my glasses too. There is another place where it's pulling away right here, where the back strap meets the bag. It's ripping. So if you're gonna spend 15 bucks on a day pack, you're gonna get 15 bucks worth of day pack. Sorry, I got gnats in my mouth. Anyway, so future investment, near future investment, will be a much better day pack. I'm going to do some research. And if you guys have any suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them within reason. I have a budget to live on. Anyway, it's time to head back. It's about 5:30 in the evening. I expected to go faster because it's all downhill, but I'm still going to stop at 7-Eleven for that giant ice cold Gatorade. I guess that's it. Let's head home. Let's go to the top one more time. It's only right up there, and then let's head home. One more look from the peak. Yeah, I'm swallowing my fears right now. Big time. Well, guys, I did it. We did it. Malans Peak, June 29th, 2015. Thank you for joining me. I'm Utah Steve. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Hopefully my glasses stay together for the journey back. This has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me. And it's not the last mountain peak I intend to climb. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go home, have a Gatorade, a cold shower, and sleep until tomorrow morning. We'll see you later.
I've spent so much time just growing old.
My face is wet, my shirt is wet, my head is wet. and my insides are cold and refreshed.
Life is a dream,
And I don't give a damn how stupid I look.
I feel so.
I stay here while
I
I
need
cool
to
off.
scream.
Send a text to my wife.
I want to cry.
Back to the car. We're almost there.
Life is
Do I regret any of it? No.
lonely.
This is the best part right here. This is almost better than the peak. Returning to this wonderful river.
How many moments in time can I really call mine? Will I ever be old enough to know? I turn to the wrong and I turn to the right, but still can't decide which way I should go. Life is so good, but so unkind. It's always a question of why or how. I look to the past and the future ahead. Why can't I see the here and now? La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Nobody said there would be trouble for me. I thought I could fly the open sky.
I think I didn't film any of that. That sucks. Let's go back here. That blows. Stop recording. Stop recording. Oh, come on. Take the picture. I'm getting really pissed off. Oh, still recording. Awesome. Whoop. No, you fucking don't. That's my lunch. So hopefully, hey, it's not your new hive, a-hole.